What's up, world? Welcome to the set. I am T. Stead. I know a lot of you were looking for an immediate reaction from me, and honestly, this game, last night's game, this matchup rivalry, it still affects me. It does. Not in a way that I'm down or anything like that, but I really felt that loss with my guys that I spent a lot of time with. Played meaningful games, shared a lot of stories, love, energy, blood, sweat, and tears together. Um, this game, this sport is always been deeper than a game to me. That's why I have so many relationships throughout the league, because I really, really value that. I value relationships, friendship, brotherhood. And so last night, just to give my initial thoughts and take on the game, the Miami Dolphins fall to the Buffalo Bills in a 31-21 loss in Buffalo after a hard fought battle, a back and forth game that a few mistakes away from pulling off the upset. I will go more into detail and break down the specifics on the set on Monday, but I did want to share my thoughts and give my reaction right now. A lot that we needed to see from a lot of people we saw. We saw the fight. We saw a will to win. We saw the effort, the energy that we need to see. It sucks to have last night's loss and the Patriots loss in both of those fashions. Like the Colts game is an outlier to me. It was never close. 3 turnovers. The game was just out. That one we wash our hands with. Not too much you can take from that game. The Patriots game, start off slow. You get into a rhythm. You start to fight back. You lose that game in dramatic fashion. And then last night's game, that's the intention. That's the intent you want to play the game with. That's the drive. That's the fight you want to have. That's the competitiveness. That's how you play Miami Dolphins football. And it can be way better, way cleaner. We had some monumental mistakes just at the worst moments. And the thing about the mistakes that we had, it came from our best players. When you have a situation like a Zach Sealer, who has a moment where he's trying to make a play, it's really hard to criticize Zach Sealer for trying to make a play. It's a part of being a great player. Not to say that Zach's mistake wasn't catastrophic to the game. But when you have a great player trying to make a great play intentionally, not selfishly, trying to change the game, trying to win the game, you live with that. You don't criticize that. You go play ball, you go respond, let's get a stop. Didn't get the stop. Bills go ahead, take the lead. They never lost the lead again. The situational football is where we lost last night. The roughing the kicker, the late game interception. It was a second and long, a third and long that situationally we have to get better at. Speaking on the offense, I thought the offense moved the ball really well outside of a couple possessions where it looked sloppy and we wasn't able to get into a rhythm, but we saw the rhythm of the Dolphins offense that we want to see. Tua didn't light up the stat sheet and as far as passing, but he made plays. He was able to extend plays. Tyreek Hill, he was active, came alive. He's very hard to tackle once he has the ball in his hands. So would love to see Reed get the ball more in space. Same for Waddle. Waddle came up. He showed up on 3rd downs, 4th downs, red zone. Very, very, very big moments. Achane was him. Again, he had a really good game. Love to see the emergence of Ollie Gordon. This young man is for real. Ollie Gordon is for real. He's the real thing. This is not a just a short yardage back either. Ollie Gordon is the real. He is showing to be the real thing. I think he has a very bright future in this league. Contact balance is insane. He's running strong, running hard. Up front, I thought those guys played really well too. Had some mishaps here or there, of course, but I thought those guys played really well. They battled in a tough environment against a tough front. Defensively, started off really slow. I saw Jordan Brooks, his post-game interview, and he talked about the lack of communication or miscommunications. And you see it. You saw open holes. Gap discipline wasn't there. So you see a B gap wide open, A gap wide open on another play. That's lack of communication. You don't really see gaping holes. You don't really see big holes like that in the NFL defense without some form of miscommunication. So it definitely aligns to everything that Jordan Brooks said post-game interview. But when they settled in and they were getting stop after stop, that's it. That's it. The communication, said the communication picked up. Have to find a way to make that to where that's not even a factor anymore. That has to be priority number one once the guys get back in the building. Priority number one with communication, signals, all those things. And it's a lot of moving parts, a lot that goes into it for sure. Like the linebackers to tell the D-line what's going on, the safeties got to tell the corners, and then the checks. A motion happened, and everybody got to know what, you know what I mean? They got to communicate what's happening with this motion and that shift. So it's a lot that goes into it. That has to be cleaned up. Priority number one, because we saw what this defense can look like when they're all on the same page. So I'll go more into detail on the game when we get to Monday on the set. But as for now, the Dolphins are in a hole. In a hole down. You're 0-3. And looking at the schedule is about to get favorable for the current situation of the Miami Dolphins. Like, I was looking at the schedule before I jumped on today, and they have a 3-game stretch later in the season. Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills, Washington Commanders. I can see the Dolphins back at 500 at minimum, back at 500 or +1, +2 before they play that Ravens game. They can get to that spot, 500 or 4-3, 4-4, something like that in that space before they get to that 3-game stretch. Anything can happen. Thank you so much for tuning into The Set with T. Stead. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are here every Monday, every Thursday, live on The Set. Peace.